Hey guys, me Misha. Everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Let's take a look at the markets. Are Russian markets closed today or what's going on? It looks they're closed. Oh, look at this. Huh. Dollar just went down. Or ruble went up for what it's worth. Um, and it's a dividend on Dow Jones. Oh, that's why I haven't. 18th, 19th. Yeah, it's right there. It's an interesting volume. I just had a very interesting conversation with my trading coach. Yeah, definitely is an interesting volume. Uh, was a one bar reversal on the last minute, and then it was a test. I don't think it's a good idea to um, trade coincidence of the levels because we're in counter trend on daily. I'm here as well. Technically, this was our two bar spring and then a test. That's the center, which would have worked already. Yeah, but it looked scary in the moment. Spy goes down. Technically, that's the level. But look at the volumes. Yeah. Should be super conservative. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Well, super technically it's a spring, but practically I think also uh, not a good idea. Yeah, at this configuration is weird. The bigger volume, then it doesn't go, it ducks under. So except for well, like this, I think it's even worse because now it's an up thrust with all this volume. Mm-hmm. It's even worse. Well, it's a balance, but it's also like in the right place in monthly, even though it doesn't look like it, but it's still a support level. I'm sorry. Actually, I've heard people should not be sorry when they yawn. It means they're like trying to concentrate. I think like it cools down the like what the surface of your brain. Um, Back home we say quark, the brain quark. I don't know what's the right term for like surface of the brain, but I've heard, and don't quote me on this. I've heard that like when people yawn, they're cooling down the surface of their brain. Not the KHC. KHC goes. Fjord is trying to break, trying to revive. Intel needs to stop. FedEx found its local extremum. This is actually not bad now. I was actually, oof, and here by here. That's weird now that on the smaller volume it went lower, it went higher. That's not a good signal. Yes, it's not good to trade on, and that would need a test because it's like gap. I think gap should be seen as the strong approach, but maybe not because there's no volume in between. I don't know yet. Maybe I should take an additional training on gaps. And that was not a transitional extremum. That's a break now. Now this is powerful, but then on volume top thrust. Yeah. And then volume top thrust. And then now we are here. Um, okay. Yeah. Okay. That needs levels, but well, market continues down. Market continues to go down. That's an interesting volume. If this is not an exhaustion, because at least all this had spreads, right? It had a tail, but spread, spread, and look at this. Someone thinks the market's gonna stop here, at least for now. And of course, after volume like this, it would be like not a good idea to trade this 0.5. So never mind this 0.5 anyway. So maybe here, but maybe not. Everything continues lower. And wait, Amazon. Well, I'm not gonna even look at it because technically it's good in continuation of the trend, but practically, I mean, come on. Come on. Yeah, that would have been the sign of strength, but it already I'll show you. I'll show you how it's been done. So that was the resistance bar, but bing. The next bar training so nicely in a way. Um, wait, what? Oh, that's what happened. I see. Let's watch our biggest gainers and losers. Biggest gainers, losers. This is not good place in monthly at all. Markets continue to go down as they should. Well, I'm not really serious about CLS, and yet, you know, where is the CLS? Gotta stop. Alibaba finally drops. It's a red day on the stock market, and the part of it that I'm watching. Well, again, technically it's um, technically it's at the level, but practically look how deep. Woo, what a roller coaster it was. And in 9 minutes it's gonna close, so stop it. Hey. Okay. On the positive side, what is this guy doing? I don't know. Oh, and we are in continuation of the trend, by the way. I don't know why I'm neglecting the fact that. And that's the sign of strength. Um, continuation of the trend. Yeah, change direction. Needs to form. It needs to form levels. UPS. Up thrusted and went lower. Some volume needed a test. There is upgrade at the market too. It's not desperate. It's unidirectional. Mm. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Um, oh, it's going to be good in continuation of the trend in 6 minutes. However, the reaction bar is going to carry more volume than the than the. It's going to be interesting if it works out. It's like this. Even though I doubt the fact that there is a. There is an extremum here that's questionable, but using because it's interesting because regardless of how this bar closes, so whether it's a short bar, then no extremum is here, even if it's long bar. If it closes bullish, it will correct the extremum to here most likely. I don't know if any of this makes sense to you. We don't have a sign of strength here. Wait, we do. Yeah, this is a sign of strength. And so the problem here is that, wait, lost tripping. That would need a test anyways. And it's gonna close in corrections soon. Yeah, it's gonna be continuation trend of 4 minutes, but volume distribution is not good. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go start my day. You trade responsibly on your own. Never listen to anyone. No one knows anything. Learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people, such as myself.